Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode down at Shih Zoo on Planet Coaster Console. This episode is going to be just about further expanding the current zoo, which I will show you very shortly. First of all, those of you who watched the first episode know that we put in a bit of a staff area just to the side of the entrance here, but it wasn't kind of fully themed. So if we go through these doors, here is the staff room. The staff building, should I say. It's one sort of big unit, lots of vines, lots of plants growing around the building, kind of bringing in that, that eco-friendly vibe. There's the keeper, just on her way out to go. Oh, she's running. She's late. She's going to go and feed the red pandas by the looks of it. Nice and it's quite handy. It is quite nice and local to the red panda habitat. But yeah, so this is the sort of the staff area. It's got the generator and the water pump. It's got a solar panel there. I actually really do like this little area. I think it does kind of fit the theme very well. It's obviously the guests do think that it's annoying if they're in this section. Because it's near these generators. So if you go on the heat maps here, you can see negative impact on guests, and although they can't see everything else there, so that doesn't actually impact them, but the power supplies do. So the guests don't like this little bit. However, I'm not going to be changing the layout of that. The guests are just going to have to suck it up. I'm that ignorant of a zoo manager that's my attitude to it. Obviously, this is the nature trail that we did last time. Now, what I'm thinking of doing down here is just to kind of give this more of a zoo vibe rather than just a random woodland walk. I'm going to make some little paw prints, I think, and have paw prints walking around the paths here, just to give it a bit more of a zoo feel. We've got the red pandas in here, which I keep having to go back and check on because they keep breeding and they keep not liking how many there are. So I have to keep going back to check on them. They are content at the moment, but I did have protesters because I completely ignored them for a while, and there was too many of them. So that's one thing to bear in mind. I have closed the zoo for now just because it was getting quite overcrowded with everybody looking at the red pandas. Then obviously we've got another power area down here. The new things to show you. So the first thing to show you is this big mixed species habitat. So this has a mixture of zebras, or if you're from the US, a zebra, but it's definitely zebras because that's the proper name for them. A zebra and a gazelle. I say and a gazelle. There's lots of gazelles. I just can't seem to find them. There's one and a baby one. The baby one looks like it might not be able to swim. You might want to get it out of there. I'll leave them to it. But yeah, the animals seem to love the water in here. There's the gazelle going for a little swim. Looks like it doesn't look very comfortable like that. There we go in the water. So this is the kind of mixed habitat. It's quite large in the middle there, but again, it's very useful at being quite a large habitat, just because the gazelles, similar to the red pandas, seem to breed like there's no tomorrow, and seem to think that they're solely reliant upon repopulating the earth with gazelles. So my plan for this habitat is I'm going to put an indoor shelter in, because I did try just going with the standard blueprint shelters just here, which you can see that I've mirrored. So this one was the one that you get on the blueprints, and then I just mirrored it there to give, just because I like I like things to be symmetrical. But that still wasn't enough shelter, so I had to put another one down over here. And that still now isn't enough shelter. You can see all these animals. There we go. This is a good view of how many there are. You can see all of these animals in here. there's a lot of them now. So those shelters aren't big enough, and they do need shelter. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to cut off this corner. It's either going to be this corner here where there's a bit of an awkward kind of point to it, or it might be on the opposite side just here, and I might kind of tuck in this edge and put a building here just to, and I think by doing that it will free up this path a little bit. So that might be what I'm swaying towards more. We'll wait and see, I guess. So that's my plan with that habitat. What else have we got down here? We've got we've got pizza pen and a pip shop smoothie stall. Hello. Just two of them waving to us. This is just to have a bit of a stall that kind of took people off the main path. It does get quite busy because there isn't a massive amount of food and drink options. So when the zoo is open, it does get quite crowded around there. Then what else have we got? If we go down here, there's the education board, and if we go up this raised path, you see just over here, there's another sort of staff area that I'm going to. I'll probably theme it in a similar way to the first one, or I may try something different. Not 100% sure yet, but we do obviously need to keep the power available around the park, so that's why I've got another one just there, and I've tried to keep it enough away from the path that the guests don't mind it. Whether that works or not, if we look at that, look, there's the circles. I think I've just about got away with that. Unless the guests are stood on this railing here, and then they can get angry that there's a power source. Failing that, it's all good, isn't it? It's all good. So over here, if you can't tell by the noises and the humps, these are camels. There we go. There's who's this one? Jochi. So yeah, this is my camel habitat. I love camels. Camels are brilliant. Camels don't really want that much in Planet Zoo. They don't really ask for water. I've put water in, and they do keep swimming in it. They don't really want much of it, but I went for it anyway. They just want rock and sand because obviously they're used to the desert. I've made a lot of it kind of bumpy terrain, just because camels do walk quite far on rough terrain. So it is a very bumpy habitat. We've got the one-way glass down there so that people can look in, but the camels can't see out, and therefore they don't get they don't feel sort of anxious and feel like their privacy's been stolen. So there's that. And then if we come around here, I've got a shelter for the camel. Now, I will be honest, the camels don't actually want a shelter. They never really use it. They seem to just, they like being outdoors. They don't need a roof cover. But obviously I want to start getting more and more realistic with zoo habitats. Hence why I mentioned about putting a shelter over here, similar to this one. But this is the first one I've done. So let me just show you inside here. So if you're walking around, you can see the camel logo there. You walk through these flaps, and then you've got a viewing gallery into the shelter of the camel habitat. And then over this side, you can see there's the habitat door. So if we go through this flap again, and then we go into the staff room, you can see we've got a backstage area just here, and we've got all sorts from a notepad to a little ladder. Oh, there's the vet's just going in. Light switch, spear hats, buckets, a wheelbarrow, food, bags, and then there's a sign there saying keep an eye on Dave, he's in a mood. And I mean Dave is here. There is a camel called Dave. If we go down here, where's Dave? There's Dave. Where's Dave? Is that Dave? There's Dave. Yeah, keep an eye on him. He's in a mood. That's my most useful addition to that zookeeper section of there. But obviously they've also got windows to look out into into the habitat themselves, and then they've got just a bit of an area for prep for the animals. Got some bins, etc. But yeah, no, I mean that's the first backstage area, first zookeeper area, if you like, for the habitat. And I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm pretty pleased with how that's kind of come apart, how it's kind of come together. Sorry, not come apart. Hope it doesn't come apart. The camels, yeah, as I say, don't really use it. This one, is he going to prove me wrong? No, he's not. He's just going to walk it back over there. The only time this really gets used is just like that, when the zookeeper walks through. They walk into this bit, walk through, and walk out into the main area. So yeah, that's the only time that really gets gets an issue. But yeah, and then obviously I have to keep putting these transformers down as everybody does. Although this one's broken, so just while I'm recording here, and so I don't forget, let's just build a. Let me get off this path. Let me get off this camera. Sorry. Let's just build a path over to the main path, so that the mechanic can come over and fix. There we go. I will let the mechanic do that, and I'm probably going to have to do the same thing over here as well. So there we go. Staff path, and I will keep it the same there as well. So the mechanics can come and fix that. They're the different areas. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful about where I put these power sources going around. One thing I've learned, is checking on that. So it's one thing I will bear in mind the more I play this game. And the second to final thing so far that I've added that I want to show you is this children's playground. So, yep, all bespoke. The bridge is a piece itself in the game. I've just put a bit of a climbing wall there, some different size stumps to walk across. There's a little net there to climb. You climb over the bridge and down the slide. There's an alligator statue underneath, some monkey statues around the outside, like so. And then obviously this tree bark is actually a path in the game. It isn't a spray paint, unfortunately. So, I mean, it does mean the guests can use this area, but they won't use the park. So they may come in here and sit down, but they may not as well. So yeah, this will be kind of finished off with trees around it, I imagine. And I don't want this to be entirely full of different, different habitats. I want guests to have something themselves that is away from the animals. So that's why I've got that nature trail at the start. That's why I've got this playground. It's little things like that I just want to place around the zoo as well. And then finally, you may have just seen it. We'll go over this way, and we have Shih Safari Tour. So we have a safari tour. So this says, please have your tickets ready. You may be asked to share a truck at busier periods. Keep arms and legs in at all times and respect the animals. So yeah, this is just testing at the moment. Obviously, there is no animals out there, but I wanna have some, sort of like the more interesting, the more exciting, should we say, animals in the safari. So that's going to be a big project to go at the side of this zoo. This will probably end up being bigger than the zoo itself, but that's something to come along to. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, this is my little queue line. I've just gone for sort of like a glass roof with loads of wooden beams there, loads of wooden pillars as well, keeping it up. There's the cars testing. Station's pretty basic, just a lot of props, a lot of patterns, vases, etc., and prints. And then we've got some windows just to look out onto the safari just there. But yeah, that's where we are with that for now. It isn't a priority to kind of finish that, so that this will be over the most of the series, I imagine. but I just wanted to kind of get a feel of what it's going to look like. It goes in the air there. I may end up putting alligators or something in there. I don't know. Not 100% sure yet, but we shall see as the idea develops. And then we've just got this empty habitat here that I've got to develop as well. So that was a pretty big update. I will finish off what I'm going to do for the rest of this episode, and I shall come back to you very soon. Right then, final little update for this episode. As I showed you a moment ago, this is the camel shelter. The camels have started to use this. I mean, he's very close. He's almost teasing me that he almost wants to go inside. But I do have video footage of a camel being asleep in the corner over there. So I'm taking that as a win. The camels have certainly been breeding. There is a lot of camels in. I definitely didn't put this many in. But camels are happy. Let's just check how many there are. There are 9 camels in there. Now they are close to capacity for what they enjoy. So I am going to have to monitor that. So there's just a little tip if you ever think about putting camels in your zoo. Just be aware that they do breed quite a bit. Video footage of the camel going in, but I think it's more because. Oh no! I thought the keeper was going to take it. Oh, maybe not. No, he's just likes being inside. Nope, he's run out. Anyway, let's leave the camels alone. What else have we done? We have got this staff area themed, very similar to the one at the front. I've not gone for the vines all over the building here. I've just gone for sort of plants around the building and the same sort of style. I really quite like it. To be fair, I think this is a nice little staff area that you can come down here and kind of they're away from the guests, sort of. The guests can kind of see up there, but they can only just about see inside. And the main thing is on the heat maps, in terms of negative impact on guests, we're not risking anything going over the path here. As long as I don't put anything around this edge, I'll be fine. So I'm quite pleased with that. So it's something I've took into consideration. I have slightly tweaked the layout of this of this staff area, but I think it definitely works. So that is that. And then I also said I was going to build a shelter for the zebras and the gazelles. And I have. So those of you who I did live stream when I was building this. So those of you who watched that, you may know what this looks like, but stick around anyway. This is where the visitors come in. We've got some education boards there, just some signs, some zebra panelling. There isn't many gazelle signs. This isn't actually a gazelle. This is what's the name of this one? Antelope. That's it. So that's actually an antelope sign. There isn't anything for gazelles, which is really disappointing. Frontier, get something in for the gazelles. They need representation on the signs. In here we've got the four big viewing windows out there, so you could see straight in there. You can see the baby gazelle there running in the distance. And then if you go over this way, if I can get the camera working right, there's a zebra fast asleep inside the shelter. So yeah, you do get a view of sort of both areas in there. It doesn't need to be a huge viewing area, I don't think, for the gazelles and zebras. It's not going to be a popular one, especially indoors. But there we are. The gazelles going to have a sit down inside. But yeah, it doesn't need to be massive. But I do think that fits quite well on the end, and it kind of, it's a nice way for the guests to to sort of see the animals with a good view at the end of the exhibit. I need to find a way to get this guest flow fixed though, because I may have to tweak where this barrier goes, because they just as soon as they get there, which is the first bit of glass that they get to for this habitat, they just stop. Now I mean the gazelles are there, admittedly, but it just clogs up this path. I'm hoping once I start building on this side that will spread out a little, but we shall wait and see. So that's that. And then on the other side of this building, we've got a zookeeper's area, which is in here. So again, very similar to the camel one. You know, clipboard, tools, wheelbarrow, signs, spear hats, light switches. That's that's the sort of thing we've gone in for here. It's nothing OTT, and we've just got like a bit of hay that's been left on the floor, just trying to go for sort of like a realistic messy effect. So that is that's the zookeeper's bit. And then what else have we done? There was one last thing. Yes, the nature trail. I did say I was going to look at putting paw prints down, and that's what I have done. So yeah, don't know what animal this is from, but these are my paw prints that kind of go around the nature trail, that people can follow as they walk round. I just thought it breaks it up, and having it as blue and orange as well is very sort of bold and kind of kind of in your face. So yeah, I do quite like the blue and orange colour. I'm just watching these guys use this. I've not seen people use this yet, and now they're done with it. But yeah, that's the final update for that episode. I hope you have enjoyed that, and as I say, in the next episode we're going to be starting to put something down on this safari, as well as probably filling in this habitat just here. That's probably going to be the plan. So yeah, if you have enjoyed, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you are new. Go and check out my TikTok. I'm posting videos on there about Planet Zoo as well. Getting a lot of views and likes on there. So yeah, go and check out TikTok, and and subscribe as I say below. And I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.